Hello, everyone. I know this is very odd to do it in a closet, but I have to block out the sounds from out there, so that's why I'm filming in a closet. I wanted to share a very strange dream I had last night. Every once in a while, I have dreams in which entire conversations are remembered in vivid detail, and this one in particular, I remember the conversation very well. I've had many strange dreams, lucid dreams, indescribable dreams, and this one is strange, and it's kind of disturbing, and it kind of bothered me a bit, and I want to share it. Basically, it reminded me of like a dystopian future, very similar to what you would see in Judge Dredd or the movie Artificial Intelligence or many other like futuristic dystopian movies where everything is just sort of decaying and dying and strange, but this seemed a lot more realistic, a lot more genuine, not movie-like at all. And basically what happened was I was here in my local area riding a bicycle down near the beach, and I live near the beach, and it was a nice day. It's a little bit windy, and I was riding my bicycle and riding, and suddenly I ended up in this dark place, and I continued riding like as if nothing happened, but my surroundings and the landscape completely changed. I was inside a city, and this city was very dark. Like I almost got the sense that it was located either underground or in a place with no sky, because it had that quality about it. Like I didn't see any sky or anything like that. And the lights were really annoying to the eyes. They had this like purple, pinkish hue to them, and I'm just riding through these concrete streets that were like it was like this very flat plain, and the buildings were very square, very symmetrical, and there was like this kind of dark, smoky like substance in the air. It was very strange. And I noticed these lights all over the place. It did remind me somewhat of the city, and if you guys remember the movie Artificial Intelligence, I believe that was a Spielberg film. It was like that, except darker and creepier. And riding through the city, and I see this elevated train with these really bright neon lights going extremely fast, and I'm riding, and someone starts riding next to me, and this person, I don't know if it was an acquaintance or somebody that I knew, but he was following me on the bicycle around the city, and suddenly out of nowhere we were pulled over by these two police officers. I guess I don't know what they were, but they were also riding these electric bicycle type things that had this like very sleek neon design, very futuristic looking, and they pull us over and they stop us, and they asked the guy next to me that was riding next to me, they were like, where is your patch? And I'm like looking, I'm like, patch? And he shows his arm, and on his arm was like this metallic looking sleeve that bent around his arm, and they just looked at the patch for a second, and they're okay with it. Then they scanned his eyes. They had some kind of a scanner device thing, and they scanned his eyes, and they're like, all right, you're clear. And I asked them, the policeman, what was going on, and they asked me where was my patch, and I'm like, patch? I was so confused that I didn't know what to tell them. It was like, and then they're like, yeah, your DNA. We need your DNA. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. And so they proceeded to scan my eyes, and they didn't come up with any signature, I suppose. And they kind of had this baffled look on their face. And then I started to ask them questions. I'm like, what is going on? And I started asking, what year is this? And they kind of looked at me, and they're like, well, we can give you an approximate year, but the elites and the bankers are the timekeepers, so we can't give you an exact year. And I'm like, timekeepers? They're like, yeah. And I was like desperate. I like really needed to know what year it was. And I'm like, please tell me approximately what year it is. And they said 2086. And I'm like, I almost was in tears. And I'm like, I'm from 2019. And he's like, 2019? Okay, well, we need to get you back into your own time. And I'm like, how are you going to do that? And like, kind of like very nonchalantly, without like, it's almost like he's been through this before. He takes me to this like white archway in the middle of the city, with this like glowing lights. And he's like, okay, if you go inside this archway, you can go back into your own time. And I went in and I woke up. So there you go.